Welcome everybody to another episode of Girls Like Me. I'm your host Chelsea, and today we have a very interesting and fun topic waiting for you.
Girls like me, we living the life, being the life. Girls like me, beautiful, bold, healthy and strong. Girls like me, healing and growth, real stuff, you know. Girls like me.
Man, how many times I gotta tell you to clean up this room?
I was about to clean it right now.
When? You still on the game. Cut the game off and clean the room.
I was just about to get up and clean it
God,
right
it's
now.
like a pigsty in here, man. Don't make no sense. Turn it off and clean the room.
Alright.
God. Hey, yo, baby girl. You feel like cleaning this room right now?
No.
When you want to clean it? You want to clean it later? Okay, we clean it later. Come let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to come help you. I love you.
I love you.
All right, baby.
Okay, so we just watched the clip of how the dad was speaking to the daughter versus how he was speaking to the son. How accurate do you think that is? Tyler.
How accurate?
Yeah, how accurate do you think that is? Is that true?
It is true.
Why?
Because, like, dads, they go soft on girls. Because most boys think girls soft. So, and girls emotional. So, if you yell at a girl, they might get mad, upset, like cry. But boys, you yell at them, they really ain't gonna do nothing. Because dads want their boys to be tough or something.
True.
So,
Jada, from a girl's point of view, how accurate do you think the video is?
I think it's true because my daddy rough on me sometimes, but like he won't yell at me for certain stuff that he'll yell at my brother at because I guess he just trying to like make him tough and not try to make him like soft and stuff.
Yeah. I believe that. D, why do you think that is? Like, why do you think that when dads speak to, or just parents, moms or dads, period, when they speak to their daughter versus their son, the tone is different?
Well, it all comes like with the toughness part with the boy because like the boy, he's more tough than the girl, and the girl sometimes they are so sensitive that they can't take all that yelling and stuff. So it's basically all tough and all this stuff.
So do you think that that's like a legit truth, or is it just what society has put on us? Because to me, I think I'm tough. So I'm not gonna get emotional if somebody yell at me.
all girls think they tough.
Okay. You think all girls think they're tough?
They do.
So then if all girls think they're tough, then why is it a need for the parent?
Feelings about certain things that a boy wants.
I think it's just all your dad is trying to protect you. I think that's what it is.
I agree with you, Jada.
It's kind of a society thing, but at the same time, it's like a dad, he got more love for his daughter. Like, daddy's girl, mama's boy, that's just how it goes. It's just society.
So I hear that a lot. Daddy's girl, mama's boy. But don't you think that the love and affection or even the tone that you get from either one of them should be equal? Because, like, isn't that the issue? The issue is you guys think that we treat you different according to your gender.
Yeah, but if my mama say something, I might... Okay, I look at it as if my mama tell me to do something, I'm not going... I don't know. It's just different, like, between when your mama say something and your daddy say something. Like, for me, if my daddy tell me to do something, he yell at me, I'm gonna cry. That's just how I am. I'm gonna cry, he yell at me. Like, to me, like, if he yell, it's just, he doing too much. But if my mama, okay, mama, but no. Like, I'm gonna talk kind of back, not in disrespectful, but I'm just trying to get my point across. So it's kind of different.
So you take, when your dad speaks, you basically respect the authority more.
Kind of, but it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can see that.
So then let me ask you this question. Don't you think, Tylen, as a guy, even though you feel like boys are tougher and girls are a little bit softer, don't you think that you still need the calmness and the loving tone from both your parents still, even though you are a boy?
Of course.
Right. So it's really a balance. So you really need a balance of it, right? You need the firmness and you also need the softness. But that has nothing to do with you being a boy. So if people have been following us or watching the show, then you will know that the basis of this is to have these type of conversations with our kids. And one of the questions that has been coming up in our weekly meetings is like, why do you guys treat us so different? Like, why? We're all kids, we're all teenagers, we're all, going through the same things at the same age. So why are, the rules for the boys different than the rules for the girls? And one of the things that Dee brought up last week was that he knows that he's allowed to stay out, right, Dee? Stay out a little later than his sister. And why did you say that was?
Because when I go out by myself, I can protect myself. I just don't want my sister going out there late at night, 12 o'clock, out there by herself. You don't know what's going on in the world. People can come take her, run away with her, all that type of stuff. She won't be able to protect herself. But me, I can at least do a little something. And it's still if you with a boy for some, why you out with a boy? Anyway, at 12 o'clock. But anyway, she at least have a little protection. But a boy out late at night still can protect himself more than a girl due to the more toughness that a man have over a lady.
Jaden, how you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy because I would say that I do have a time okay, it really depends on what time I need to be in the house, but at the same time, if you're my parent and you trust me and you know I'm responsible, you should know that I'll be safe. You shouldn't, it's the same thing as you shouldn't, I know my surroundings, and if I know where I'm going, who I'm going to be with, I'll let you know and all that. It shouldn't matter what time I come back. Well, unless your parents are the type be home at this certain time, but it shouldn't really matter because girls, we can get pepper spray, it's little key change, goodbye, whatever.
So as far as safety is concerned, that from the child's point of view, it shouldn't be based off of gender. No. It just should be based off of that child's personality and how the trust relationship between the child and the parent. I can 50% agree with that. I can 50% agree with that. I think sometimes as parents, we do tend to underestimate our girls and overestimate our boys. And does that make you feel like a certain type of way?
If Shadarius was my big brother, he could get snatched up just like I could. So what would be the difference? If we gonna get snatched up, we just gonna get snatched up.
And actually, in today's society, y'all are all subject to some unsafe things. Just as well as girls are unsafe out late or in unfamiliar territory, so are our young men. So I think at least in this day and age, there should be more of a balance when it comes to safety. You can't assume that because, my son, he can handle himself or whatever, it's okay for him to be anywhere and not my daughter. And because right now you guys are really on the same playing field. There's a lot going on out here for all young people.
If a girl is out late at night by herself, what y'all think she's doing? Talk to me now.
Okay.
Talk to me.
No, look, because me and my friends be out late at night. We could be just walking down Main Street chilling. Why we gotta be doing something?
Feel me right here. You got McDonald's. McDonald's is the only store open at 12 o'clock. What do you think that girl doing? She out there by herself.
Oh,
So D, let me.
Some can't tell me she's out there doing that.
I can just be sitting in the car with my friends. So what you be doing at 12 o'clock at night?
Good question, Jaden. Because at the end of the day, you're both underage, right? You're both underage. So what is the difference between the guy being out at 12 and the girl being out at 12? Because you're both supposed to be following and obeying the law. Correct? At
12 o'clock, I'm out with a girl. So what do you think the girl do?
Exactly. So either way, it's the same thing basically.
So then it becomes the maturity of the person. It becomes the maturity of the person, because if you cannot automatically say that just because a girl is out at 12 that, you know, she's doing things that she doesn't, that she's not supposed to, that's because that's where your mind level is. Right? Yeah, there may be some that function that way, but I can't automatically say that just because you're a guy that you're out with a girl doing something you don't have any business, right? Right. Anyway, this is why it's called Battle of the Sexes. All right, and we'll be right back.
Girls like me, we living the life, being the life. Girls like me, beautiful, bold, healthy and strong. Girls like me, healing and growth, real stuff, you know. Girls like me.
All right, and we're back with Girls Like Me, Battle of the Sexes, teen edition, and things were just getting a little heated here as we were discussing the difference in parenting between guys and girls. And Shadarius brought up a point about, for example, hanging out. Why it's okay for a guy to hang out late and a girl to hang out late, which is actually been a very huge topic in my household, because my daughter feels like, you know, I allow my son to do more than I allow her to do. But within that, I think we have to make sure we make it very clear that when we're asking for equality and when you're asking to be able to do things, and let me back that up for just a second. Be it understood that men and women were created differently for a reason. Men have their roles as God has said. Women has their role as God has said. Now, no one is greater than the other. But the reality of it is we were created different for a reason. And he created us different for a reason, because that's what makes the world go round. But when we're asking for the equality, Mom, I want to be able to do what my brother is doing or whatever, you also have to be open-minded to the fact that everybody's maturity level and everybody's mindset is not like yours. So when you're hanging out just to have fun with your friends, you're going to encounter a person, be it another girl or another boy, whose mindset and maturity level is not the same as yours. And you have to be able and know how to handle yourself in that moment. Correct? That makes sense? Okay. So sometimes when, you know, a parent sets boundaries between you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's because you're a girl and you cannot handle yourself, or because you're a boy and, you know, you need to toughen up and figure it out. Does that make sense at all? Okay. I also think back to the balance thing from the clip, how the dad was talking to the girl all sweet and nice, and I'll help you clean up your room whenever you feel like it. Or when he was talking to his young son, it was more like, get up right now to clean up your room. I know I have been definitely guilty of that in the way that I speak to my children that are of different genders. And Tylen, you said that you feel like as parents, we should be more cognizant of it and be aware and kind of balance it out, because boys also need that calmness and that softness too, right? You don't want everything to be just rah-rah all the time. You don't like it? Well, I know you don't like it, but you think it's good for you learning how to handle different type of emotions?
It is good.
So when you receive that, then it helps you learn how to handle different type of emotions, right? So you don't feel like you always have to be. So I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions that we can give our young men, is that they always have to be strong and hard and no emotions. You guys do understand that it's okay to have emotions, right? Okay. Emotions are not just for girls. Yeah. Do you ever express yourself? Do you ever express your emotions? Yeah. Not really. Why?
Let's take that for
Granted.
Yeah.
So you feel like when you as a male show your emotions, it's getting taken for granted. Interesting. Jaden.
I mean, I don't know, cause if I feel some type of way, either my face gonna show it or I'm just gonna tell you. Cause I feel like really you should just tell people how you feel. Cause when you get in the real world, I mean, at the same time, it's hard to tell how you feel, kind of.
But you do. You need to learn. Now is a pivotal age for you learning how to express yourself. Like for you, you said if your face don't say it, your mouth will. But it needs to be done in a proper manner. So if someone is always like coddling or talking in a soft tone to you, when you get out in the real world and somebody is being firm, you're not going to know how to receive that. So I feel like as parents, we definitely need to give you the balance. And the same true for young men. If it's always be hard, be tough, be strong, when you have that moment where you need to be a little vulnerable, you're not going to know what to do and how to do it. You agree, D? What? I take you for a real hard type of guy. Do you not? You feel like you balance your emotions okay?
Emotions?
Yeah.
I really don't express my emotions to people because I just feel like it's weak as a boy right now. But that's just how I am because I feel like I'm tough enough, and if I express my feelings to somebody, I feel like I'm just a little boy, I'm weak, I don't know, feel like a girl. But when I grow older, I need to learn how to express my feelings because when I hold my feelings in, stuff like happen, anger might come out and stuff. So I wish when I get older, like I can express my feelings to somebody. But that's something I really take I take big consideration in it though. So I really just don't express my feelings.
Yeah. So do you think your mentality of not expressing your feelings, did that come from just how society is, period, or just the way parenting was for you?
It's just the way parenting was.
Right, because we always telling boys to toughen up.
Yeah.
Don't cry. Suck it up. Quit that whining. So then when something happens where you need to express those emotions, you don't know how, and it makes you feel weaker, right? Yeah.
As a girl, just making this public, we don't like boys that don't know how to express their emotions. We don't like nonchalant boys.
I don't want no crybaby.
Okay, but at the same time, let's say that we date, and so I say, well, what you did, it hurt my feelings. Okay, you can say you sorry, and then say what you doing. That's not what we finna do. We finna talk it out, let me know why you did what you did, and I'm gonna tell you why did that hurt my feelings.
And that's all a part of understanding each other, and which is why I think it's important that we encourage you guys to have these conversations, because now you're all at an age to where you're getting older, you are starting to date, you're starting to have more encounters with, you know what I'm saying, people, you having more encounters with the opposite sex, and you don't know how to handle it, because either we're not allowing you to express your emotions, we're not allowing you to have these conversations, and we're not having these conversations with y'all. So that's a very good point, Jaden. But it is about understanding. That's how men are built. That's how women are built, and we have to learn and understand. Each other.
Girls like me, we living the life, being the life. Girls like me, beautiful, bold, healthy and strong. Girls like me, healing and growth, real stuff, Girls like me.
Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to Girls Like Me. We're getting back into this hot topic. So, Jaden, you said that you feel like no girl likes a guy that cannot express their emotions.
Right.
Why do you feel like that?
Because, really in the generation we live in, it's a lot, toxic is a trending thing, it's not really like, toxic like what's the Tyler Perry thing? Like Diary Black Woman, I like that. It's just like we're like we arguing every day. I'm blocking you 24/7. But whole time it really be the boys' problem because they don't express their emotions. They have you up have you thinking like you the only one boo-hoo this, and they really don't be that. And my problem is why I don't like nonchalant people is because it's just like, do you care or not? This not finna be a relationship where I'm doing a lot of caring and you're just letting me.
So I have a question. Or do you allow for the guy to express their emotions? Because sometimes as women we could be a little overbearing and we don't take it down a notch so that they can express. Is that being done?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Me personally, I do because I'm just using this example. So the other day, me and this guy, and he was like, he hurt my feelings, and I was telling him why and stuff, and he was like, I don't know how to show emotions, and he was like, this is how I am, this is how I am. But if you know me before we got together, you should know like, this is what I go for, this is what I don't. And sometimes when I express my emotions, he be like, you doing too much, you overthinking it, you blah blah blah, you always complaining about something. So to Shadarius's point, if you heard him say earlier, all their lives, that's what they've been taught. All their lives, that's what they've been told. Expressing your emotions and expressing yourself makes you appear weak. So you can't. Sometimes you can't expect things out of people that they're not equipped with, and something that they're learning to do. Could you accept that? Yeah. Like so, in your dealings from here forward, you got to understand that most men, especially in our community, have not been taught to express themselves.
How long y'all was dating?
So do you also make the point that the guy is to be the protector, which he is. That's one of the roles that God granted to him, is to be the protector and provider of the family. So, Jaden,
Yes.
do you agree? Like, do you want a guy? Would you want to date a guy that's not equipped and able to protect you?
I mean, yeah, but don't be doing that crazy. But yeah, I mean, I would want a guy like he wouldn't let no other boy disrespect me. That's just like a gentleman. I don't want anybody that's crazy. Cause I done met some boys that's crazy. Yeah, I just want a gentleman. Like
D, what's your definition of protection?
Like, I can give you an example. Say you out and it's both of y'all out walking, and it's like a man trying to get her or something. I'ma help because that's my job to do, is protect her. But if I wasn't there and that man came to get her, who go win? That man, because he's stronger. That girl ain't. At the end of the day, that man gonna be stronger than that lady. I'm trying to tell y'all, for real. That man is gonna run away with that girl, and our parents gonna be looking for her forever because that man is stronger. At the end of the day, man will always be strong.
Physically, that is true. Do you also think that there are other ways to protect other than the physical aspect?
Oh yeah. If somebody else is being disrespectful to the lady, yeah, some things ladies can't do, so you have to step up in there a certain type of way, and yeah.
But what if it's the protection, like when it just becomes between you and her, like you protecting her feelings or protecting her heart, or you know what I'm saying, protecting in that manner? Because sometimes protection is not always the physical aspect.
Man,
so nonchalant.
That comes too much into the dating part. I ain't too old for all that dating stuff.
Okay. Well, at least you being honest. Tyler, what you feel about that?
And you see, this the problem. This is what I'm talking about, right?
What do you-
This why.
But girls nonchalant too.
You think girls are nonchalant too?
They act like they don't care too.
So really, that's not a gender thing. That must be a generation thing. So you guys are way more nonchalant in this generation than normal. So what is this? Y'all keep saying toxic. Like, tell me what that means. What does toxic mean?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie or front because I'm toxic. I don't try to be, but it's
What
just,
does that? What does that mean?
okay. If my boyfriend make me mad, I'm gonna block him. He gonna text me on Snapchat, I'm gonna block him on Snapchat. Probably the next day we gonna be texting, but it's okay.
Okay, so you're asking for him to express himself. You're asking for him to show your emotions, but something happens and you block him.
No, I'm saying no. I do
That's
that.
not effective
No, I
communication.
do that after he discard my feelings.
No,
It's
no,
just a
but-
reaction. Like, okay, you don't understand. Block. Now we're done talking. You text me on another app. Okay, you still not understanding. Block. We're done talking.
So how is that effective?
We just block it out. Just let the
Okay,
problem
but
go.
tell me how that is effective.
I don't know, because really it's not. That's why it's just like a little like toxic.
Okay,
'Cause
so
sometimes-
I'm just gonna give you an example. We're gonna take the relationship aspect out of it, and because I noticed you said this a couple of times. You said you kind of do it with your parents. Now you're saying you're doing it with your relationship. You see where I'm going with this? Now it's becoming a repetitive behavior. So let's just say you at work, something we all gonna do. You work, and someone or your boss says something that you don't like. You can't just block them. So we gotta learn another. We have to learn another way to communicate. And when you learn effective communication, that applies to every aspect of your life, and you need to practice it in every aspect of your life. So if you wouldn't want that person, if you were trying to talk to them or something was going on, you wouldn't want that person to block you, would you? Okay. So we got to make it effective, because that's not effective. It's not getting you anywhere.
You want to hear what I say. You get one thing I have to say. You know.
Toxic is more like you get mad at the person and then boom, y'all all hugged up the next minute. That's more like toxic.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I'm off and
Is it toxic or just the norms of a relationship?
off on.
I use the norm of the relationship.
Yeah, it's that too, but we just labeled it toxic.
Oh,
That's what you know.
interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But I want you guys to focus more on the effective communication of it, because you are dating, you are getting to that age to where this is going to be going on, and you need to know how to do that. You need to know how to communicate effectively in a relationship. And the only way you're going to learn that, of course, is through trial and error, but also is if we, your village, teach you. True enough? True enough. Well, I'm glad you guys came to talk to me. I'm very interested in conversation, and I hope that we can continue these types of conversations. Right. So as you can see, conversations need to be had, and here at Girls Like Me, that's what we do. We have healing and healthy conversations to encourage, empower, and elevate. See you next time.
Girls like